Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. All right. We have with us here today Abdullah from Houston, and we're going to go over the Arabic alphabet. Abdullah, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thanks for having me.
Okay. We hear you well. Everything's good. So, the purpose of going over and using this particular book is that it has a very unique and beneficial manner of delivering the Arabic alphabet. And it's not like other books, Abdullah. Other books would teach you, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F, G in order. They'll teach you the alphabet in order. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha. However, this book basically starts teaching you the alphabets that maybe appear the most, or the ones that if you learn them, we can make words quicker than if we just went in order. So there are other ways of doing this, and there are other people who also take a style similar to this. There's the sheikh who's famous, named Sheikh Fa Abdul Rahim. He has a book called At-Tibyan, which he teaches the Arabic alphabet, and he also goes out of order. And he does so that you can begin forming words. So, for example, if I tell you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and those are the 6 or 7 letters that you have, how many words can you make out of that? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Not many.
Not many.
But if we have, for example, if you ever watch the Wheel of Fortune, then every day they give you RSTLNE, right? And in the final puzzle, they give you those RSTLNE as if they're the most common letters. And then if I give you an A and an E and an I or something, I give you a few vowels, you can start to make a lot of letters with a lot of words with those letters. Nest, RSTL, last. You can make a lot of words with those letters. Likewise, this book does the same thing. Because before you even learn all of the alphabets, it has lessons in here where it starts to teach you how to say certain phrases and sentences. So before you learn all of the alphabets, you'll already be able to begin to speak and to read certain short texts. So that's why I like this book. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. Whereas if we just did from A to Z, then it's going to take us a while before we're able to talk or say things or read words. Whereas if we go in this order, we're able to start to say and read before we even have the whole alphabet. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, so in Arabic, there are 28 letters, 28 consonants. We don't count the vowels. There are 28 consonants, and there are 3 short vowels and 3 long vowels. So that gives us 34 basic elements. And if we add something called a sukoon, which we'll get to it, inshallah, the sukoon is basically where we stop. So, for example, when we say lesson, for example, that first S does not have a vowel on it, right? It just, you say the lesson. So that's the same thing happens with a sukoon. If you have a letter that has a stop on it, it doesn't have a vowel sound after it, such as in last, for example, last, right? We don't have a vowel sign on the S. We just kind of pronounce the letter. Same thing happens in Arabic. And we have that. So with those letters, we will have maybe 35 elements that we're going to worry about for now. 35 elements. In this first lesson, we're going to learn 7 elements of those 35. 7 elements. So we're already going to be like 1/7 of the way there. or 1/5, huh? 1/5 of the way there.
1/5, yeah.
And then on lesson 5, this, as we said, not until lesson 21 will we have all of the Arabic alphabets. Not until lesson 21. However, in lesson 5, we begin to learn words. We'll have enough letters in lessons 1 through 4 that we'll begin to have words, and those words will start to make sense. It won't just be any word. There'll be words that we can put together to make short sentences. So this book moves quickly, but in an easy fashion. So that's why I like this book. And I've been looking forward to trying to do this for some time, as me and you spoke, because I really need someone who is a true beginner. So that anyone else wants to follow this, I think it would be possible for them. If I bring my wife or my son, they already know how to read. And if we say, let's go through this, if they ask a question, it's going to be kind of a fake question. You understand? Whereas your question is going to be a true question, a sincere question that I really need to clarify for sure. Is everything clear so far?
Makes sense.
You have any questions?
No, not yet. Not afraid to ask though when I do.
If you ask them, ask. If you got it, ask. No problem. Okay. We're going to go here. We're just going to skip through this table of contents and everything, and you have the PDF that you'll be able to use. We won't use the footnotes much here in the class. The footnotes we won't really use, but you can use them on your own if you're reviewing between this class and the next or so on. Our first lesson is the letter Ba. The letter Ba. This is what it looks like. Okay. This kind of half, I don't know what you want to call it. Some people say like a canoe, right? With a dot underneath it. This is the letter Ba. Just like in English, we have the letter B, right? But what sound does the B make? It makes B. The B makes B. Likewise, the Ba makes the sound B, right? The letter is B. The letter is B, right? Or B-E-E, however you want to write it. But the sound is B, just like the letter A, but it has the sound. Is that clear? So this letter here that I have circled is a Ba. A Ba. But its sound is B. Is that clear?
Kind of. So the actual way to say it is Ba or Ba?
The sound or the name of the letter is Ba. Just like we have L. We have the letter L. Its name is, if we were to write out its name, would be L. E-L-L. If I'm trying to teach someone how to pronounce this, they've never seen this letter before. This is an L. You understand? Yeah. But what so sound does it make? Huh?
So the name is Ba, but the sound is Ba.
Exactly. Ba. So now we can put a different consonant on it. By itself, it is Ba. That's the letter. That's the name of the letter. The sound is B. So we could put Ba, we could put Bit, and we can put B. You understand?
Yes.
But we're not going to say ba, ba, it, ba, No, the sound of the letter is B. And then we can put a vowel on it. Ba, bit, bu. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay. Now, Arabic is a lot like cursive, right? A lot like cursive. You're a little younger, so I don't know if you ever took cursive when you were in school. I don't know if it's okay, but so it's a lot like cursive. So, for example, you might say a B like this. But if I connect it, then I have a little thing after it. And if it's at the end, then I have a thing before it, a little tail or whatever connecting to the next letter, right?
Right.
Arabic is like this. Arabic is like this as well. So if it's in the beginning of a word, it looks like this. We just basically cut off that tail right there, right? Looks like this. We took the first part of the letter with the dot. If it's in the middle, it's kind of like on a hump with a dot. And if it's at the end, then it looks like the letter bat with a little tail coming from the previous letter. So this right we have here, what we have here is 3 bas, one in the beginning, one in the middle, and one in the end. And this is, we'll put an I over it for isolated form, what it looks like by itself.
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna take some time looking at it to understand it fully, but
it's gonna take some time to get it. The rest of them are gonna be super easy. The rest of them are gonna be super easy. Okay. Written, if we were to take a paper written for kindergartners where we have lines like this on it, right? So we know how to place the letter on the paper, right? This ba is written above the line, but not all the way to the top. If you have the paper like this, right, you're not going to put a bat like this. It's not going to be big across the whole paper. It's going to be short, kind of like the ball of the bat is halfway. You understand?
It's like a lowercase letter.
Yeah. It's not going to be below the line like a P. It's not going to be above the line like a T or an L. It's going to be basically halfway, right? Like that. That's how it would look. It's not going to be below the line. It's not going to be, like I said, filling up the whole line. It's not going to be up here. It's going to be on the bottom half of your line. Is that clear?
Yep.
And you know we write from right to left, right? We write from right to left.
Right.
You know that? So
Yep.
it comes like that, not like this. No problem. However long it takes us to get through this. If we don't even finish lesson 1, no problem. We need to get through this where we can connect the letters, where we understand the isolated, the beginning, the middle, and the end forms. And we also understand the letter of the word versus the sound of the letter, of the name of the letter versus the sound of the letter. If we can understand that, the rest of the lessons are going to be super easy.
Yep. No, makes sense so far.
Okay. So we have our line here. No, I don't like that line. I brought it down too far. Let's see this line here. So we can see it, right? That's how it looks. This little dash up above is your ah sound, right? So now we have the b, ah, ba. B, this letter, this makes the b sound, and this makes the ah sound, ba. For your information, this thing here is called a fatha. The thing that makes the ah sound, right, is a fatha.
Fatha.
No. You don't have to memorize these right now, but the more you learn, the better. The main thing you need to know right now is ba. And that same little symbol, but written underneath the letter, is the I sound. I, like in this. miss, fit, kit. Not a long E sound, not a
Fit.
hard I like Mike or bite, but I like in pit, fit, mit. Right?
Right.
So we have ba, we have the b, I, b. We have, if you look up for a minute, we have b, a, ba, b, I, b. Right?
Right. So what's the dot underneath called?
The dot is part of the bat. This is the
That-
bat. This whole letter, the whatever little half circle or half oval with the dot, that is the letter. That's called a bat.
So the dot itself underneath doesn't have its own name?
No, that's part of the letter. That's part of the bat.
Okay. So how does this differ from just the letter back? Looks exactly
No,
the same.
this is the bat. No, you're talking about this first part here?
Yeah, like no, from the one up right above that. Like when you showed me the first letter
Okay.
on the first line.
Right. This one you mean.
Right.
Okay. This is just telling you the name of the letter. If you have, maybe your wife or you have kids who are small, 3, 4, 5 years old, when you try to go into preschool, kindergarten, and they're trying to teach the kids to read and to recognize letters, then first grade, they'll say, for example, k, a, ka, k, a, t, cat. You understand?
Right. So for the bit underneath, is it that second dash underneath that makes it the bit?
This line here,
Yeah.
this line underneath is called a kasra. That makes the I sound.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, kasra. The line underneath, not the dot, the line, right?
Right.
That's a kasra, and this with the bat says b, b, I, b, I, b.
Okay, makes sense.
You got me?
Yep.
And then here, this is called a dhamma. And it makes the sound. Like in put, foot. Not ooh. Not ooh like in Putin or something like that, but short, a short These three letters, the fatha, this dash on the top, the fatha, the dash on the bottom, the kasra, and this little sideways 9 looking thing, a dhamma. These are your short vowels. These are your short vowels. We have 3 short vowels and we have 3 long vowels, which we'll get to in a later time. Right now, we want to get ba, bi, bu.
Buh.
So we have the ba, we have b, a, b, I, b, u. And if we put them together, we say ba, bi, bu.
Ba, bi, buh.
Exactly. And you're going to have a bunch of examples here in just a minute. And the good thing is the first 2 lines give us a little bit of help by putting the letters after it, right? So here we have a ba in the beginning. What's this on top of? What sound does this make?
The fatha, ba.
There you go. So you got ba. And then this next one right here is
Bi,
and then
buh.
bu. Now you can be cheating because you could be looking at that right there. No
I
problem.
don't know. I'm looking at from just the lesson above, from the line above.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't want you to cheat, but if you do right now, because you're going to get down here and there is no cheating, no problem. So if you have to look over there, no problem. We have ba, bi, bu. So what is this next part then?
Bi, ba, ba.
Bi, bu, ba. Exactly. Okay. Give me a second here.
Bu, ba, bi. Yeah.
Bu, ba, bi. What about the next one?
That one's ba, bi. No,
No,
ba, ba, bi.
Ba, bu, bi. Exactly. The next one?
Ba, bi, ba.
Bu, bi, ba. Next one?
Bi, ba, bu. Bu.
Bi,
Bi,
ba,
ba,
bu.
bu.
Okay. Now,
Bottom one, that
this
first one is ba, ba, bi, ba.
bu, 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 bu.
Bu, bu,
Bu,
bu, bi, ba.
bu, bi, ba. The next one?
Bi, ba, ba.
Bi, bu, ba. Next one?
Ba, ba, bi.
Ba, bu, bi. Excellent, man. You're doing great. Next one?
That one is bi, ba, ba.
Bi, ba, bu. Next one?
Ba, bi, ba.
Ba, bi, bu. Bu. Like book
Ba,
almost, right?
yeah, ba,
Like
ba,
book.
bi, ba. And
No.
then
And the
ba,
next, the last one on that
ba,
line?
bi. Ba,
Bu, ba,
ba, bi.
bi. Excellent, man. Excellent. Okay. That's excellent. If you got that, we're going to cruise through the rest of this lesson and we can finish this whole lesson. The next letter is the ta. It's the exact same shape as the ba, except the dots are on top and there are two of them. Right? And this is the letter ta. It makes the t, t, t sound. Right?
Yep, T. All
So
right.
if we put our fatha on it, it's going to say ta. We put our kasra on it, it's going to say
T.
ti.
T.
We put our dhamma on it, it's going to say
T.
tu. Ta, ti, tu. Just a learning thing I like to do if you want. I say a ba has a dot on the bottom. The ta has two dots on top. And then the next letter is also similar to this, and we'll get to it, inshallah. Likewise, this letter is written on the line the same way as the ba. Just the only thing changes is where the two dots are. The ba is one dot underneath. The ta is two dots up above. Is that understandable?
Yep.
Okay. So we have, read this for me. T,
T. T. Ta. T.
tu, ta, ti. Next one.
Ta. T. T.
Keep going.
T. T. Ta.
Tu, ti, ta. Yep. Next line.
To. Ba.
That's a little too long. That's fine. You got the ideas there, but just try to keep it a little shorter. Not too like long, right?
Yeah.
But
I was
two.
just kind of thinking, yeah. To.
No
to
problem.
ba.
No problem.
To. Ba. T.
Yep. Tu, ba, ti. Yep. Next one.
So. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Ba.
No, ask what you want to ask.
No, I was just. It makes sense. Just it doesn't have the dots, so it's obviously ba.
It's the ba because the dot's on the bottom right there, right?
Yeah.
So
So
ba.
yeah. and then ba to te.
Ba to te. Next.
But ba yeah, ba ta.
Ba bo ta. Exactly. Next line. You're already reading Arabic, man. You're already reading it. Now, we don't really have any words yet because we only have two consonants, the ba and the ta. But you're already starting to read Arabic.
Ba te.
This should be, yeah, it should be two
Wait,
dots.
that's only one dot. Yeah, that's confusing. Ba
That's probably
te.
bad copying or something.
Ba
Ba te,
te ba.
ba te ba. Next one.
Ta te ba. Bu ba.
Ta te. Exactly.
Ta te
Next
ba.
one.
Te ba te. Te ba
Te
te.
ba te. Oh, yep. Okay, this line, we don't have any help at the end now, so we know if you got it or not.
Ba ta no ba te ta. I know ba te ba.
Bu te ba. Excellent, man. Excellent. Next.
Te ta te ba te ba te.
Te ba to. Excellent, man. Excellent. Next.
Te te be. Is that right?
To te
Be.
ba.
No, te ba. Yeah, right. Ba.
To te ba. No problem. No problem, man.
Okay.
You've been doing this for 20 minutes. You've been doing it for 20 minutes. No problem. Next.
Ba be te
Ba be to. Next one.
te ba be.
Exactly. Now, this is probably a little bit annoying to you. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're so excited that you're learning. But just saying these things over and over, imagine if we taught the alphabet from beginning to end without any words or anything. This would get kind of annoying a little bit. Whereas
No, this.
in a few more lessons, we're going to be having words already and maybe short sentences or phrases, and it's going to make it worth so much more to you. Let's read this next line.
It's good practice. It helps with
for
differentiating
sure.
the letters and stuff. That's be to.
No, not be.
Oh, ba.
Yep.
Ba to. No, ba to be. No, ba to ba.
Ba to ba. Exactly.
Ba to ba. Yeah. And it's to ba
To.
ta.
To. What's the next? What's the middle one? To.
Ba. Oh,
Be.
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 Yeah.
To beta.
It's a bit tough, yeah. And then te, no, be, ta, te, be,
Be
te,
boote. Exactly.
be,
Jazakallah
te.
khair. Next.
To, ta, be.
Yeah.
B, be, b.
Yep.
Te, to, ta.
Yep.
Sounds get a little rougher. Te, b.
No, not te.
Oh, ta, Ta, b, ta.
Excellent.
That's t, b, no t, ba, b.
Tu.
T,
Ba. Tu.
t, ba, t.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one is b, t, ba.
Just excellent.
T, ta, b.
Okay. Now let me write something real quick and see if you can recognize anything in it. You're not going to be some stuff in here you don't recognize, but that's fine. Is there anything in here that you do recognize?
B.
Yeah, bit. Bismillah. You already started to read Bismillah. You have your bit. Right? Another thing we can have here is
Tabi, tabi, ta.
tabat. It would just stop for there, say tabat. And there's some more here, but this is like tabat yada abi lahabin watab. This is the beginning of reading that surah. You're already reading. Even though you don't have everything, it's a start. The third letter is the same shape, the same place on the line, except it has 3 dots. So our ba has 1 dot on the bottom. Our ta has 2 dots on the top. And our tha has 3 dots, like in the shape of a pyramid. And this is a soft, like thing. 3, not like this and those. That's got like a little bit hardness to it. Right? This is soft, like bath, math, a th. All right? This letter is called a th, and the same thing goes. Th, thu, thi. And it looks the exact same way in the beginning, middle, and end. If you say tha, thu, thi. Right? Exact same way. Now we have some reading practice that they gave us. And they're already, because they're confident in your abilities, they're already mixing the letters up. They didn't just do tha, thu, thi. They connected the ba and the ta in here from the beginning.
Sa, bi, sa. Or is it sa, bi, sa? Sa,
Yep.
bi, sa. Ba, ti, su.
Ba, ti, thu. Excellent.
Sa, bi, ta.
Tha, bu, ta. Excellent.
Sa, bu, si. Si.
Tha, bu, thi. Exactly. Next.
Is it si or si?
Thi. Just
Thi.
like thing. Not thing, but thin. Like someone is thin. Right? Thick.
Sa. Okay, so sa, bi, si. Ba, si, tu.
Yep.
Ti, si, ti, sa, ba. What? The next one doesn't
let's
have
just
a
put
mark.
it's missing this.
Buthita.
Buthita. Yep. Yep. طيب. Okay, what I want you to do here, I want you to see what they did here after every word. They put like the pronunciation. I want you to do these as homework. So, for example, with this first one, you would write ta, bi, bu. Okay?
Yep.
These are your homework. Now, there's one more letter left in this lesson, and it's because it is something used a lot, as also it is similar in shape to these, as ba, ta, and tha all have the same exact shape. This one is very close in shape, but not exactly. Whereas the ba, the ta, and the tha are written on a line, halfway up. This noon, when it's by itself, is written cutting the line in half. You understand? It's written underneath the line, halfway above, halfway underneath. That's when it's by itself. This letter is called noon. It makes the sound. Just like the letter N, the noon. So if we have here, we have na, ni, no. Does it make sense?
Yeah, nah.
Okay. Let's read this line. Nabata. Exactly. Next. Nathibu. Exactly. Next. Okay, now they're giving us something. They're giving us something. I'm sorry here. They're giving us, I wasn't prepared for them to give this right here. I didn't remember. This circle, which in the Quran is also written like this. Kind of like a sideways V or something like that. Or like a bird's beak or something. I don't know what you might say. I don't know. Sideways, whatever that's called, right? It looks a little fancy like that in the Quran. Sometimes just written in textbooks like that, sideways V. This or a circle is called sukoon. What that does, and that's what I was telling you earlier. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
You said sukoon earlier.
Stop.
Yeah, sukoon. What it does is it gets you to just say the sound of the letter without a vowel. So, for example, on this one we have na, ba, ta. Then we have na, thi, bu. Our next one says to, b, ta. There is no ba or bi or bu on it. It's just to, b, ta. Like, for example, we say lobster. Lobster. We don't say lobster or lobster or loboster. We say lob, and we just say the b sound. You understand? Lobster. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So we can also say, for example, listen, for example. When we get to here, we don't say lissa, lissu, lissi. We say listen, like that, right? We just kind of stop on that letter and only pronounce its sound without a vowel. So here we would say, if we spell it out the way they did here for us, we'd say to, tubta. And then when we look at it, we say tubta. Tubta.
Tub.
See, that makes sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now here you're just going to say the sound. This thing here is called a sukoon. A sukoon. Tayyib. Let's look at our next line. It's going to help. It's going to be helpful, especially with your sukoon for now, to write out some words like this, to write out some of them. So once you say them, then you can look at how you wrote them and then repronounce it. It's going to help you. So let's try this first word here.
Which one are you at?
Right here.
Okay. Ta. Bana.
Okay. Now, once we put that sukoon, I'm hoping I'm not making it difficult. Once we put that sukoon, it's going to go on that next syllable. So, for example, so far, we've had 3 syllables, and every syllable has had a vowel sound. So we say na, ba, ta. 3 syllables. Here, we're going to have 3 syllables as well. We're going to have, let me erase this. We're going to have ta, tub, na. Ta, tub. This sukoon is going to basically put that letter with the syllable in front of it. Ta, tub, ta, tub, na. Is that making sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so now we have 2 letters, but because of the sukoon, we're only going to have 1 syllable.
Tub.
Tub. Yeah, not tube. You didn't say that. I'm just giving you an example. Not tube because it's not long. It's just tub. It's also not tub like bathtub, but it's just tub. Tub. You said it right. Tub. You said it right. Now we have the next one. We're going to have 2 syllables. We got 3 letters, but we got 2 syllables. We have 1, 2. How do we pronounce it?
Banat.
Banat. Exactly. You're doing excellent, Abdullah. Let's go here.
Na. Ba. Is that the 3 dots or 2 dots? Nabat.
It's 2 dots with a sukoon. I guess when it blew up, it kind of distorted it, right?
Yeah, nabatna.
Nabatna, exactly. Nabatna. Next.
Tathibna.
Tathibna. Excellent. Next.
Tathib.
Tathib. Exactly. Now, next.
Nabatat.
Nabatat. Exactly. Next. I'm not going to put the syllables there.
Yeah, let's see. That's fa, b, ta, nabatat.
Thabutat.
Thabutat. Yeah, thabutat.
Exactly. Okay, now there's no more cheat words. All right. So let's read this one line that's big. And then these 2 lines will be your homework where you write them out like this. So, for example, when we get here to this word, I'm going to write this one out for us. We're going to say na. And then we have just the n, nan, bu, tu. Nanbutu. You're going to do that for all of these 2 lines, right?
Okay.
But let's read this one big line. Let's read that together.
The one above, or you just wrote the first word?
This big one right here, starting with that big one.
Okay.
Nath, but
Exactly. Man, if I had $1, I'd give it to you right now. Excellent.
Tan
but
Tanbutu. Exactly.
Sabat na.
Thabutna. Exactly. And then
Tubna.
Tubna. And the last one?
Tub.
Tub. Okay, for reading basic Arabic without getting into rules of tajweed and all of that, with the other signs and stuff could be there. We said we got 35 basic signs, 28 consonants, and 28 consonants, and then we have 3 short vowels, 3 long vowels, and the sukoon. So 35. In this lesson, we did 4 consonants, we did the 3 short vowels, and we did the sukoon. So we already got 8 out of 35. 8 out of 35 characters or elements or whatever you want to say. We already did them, and you got homework, right? You're going to tell me when you want to meet again, but your homework is to do these 3 lines and the last 2 lines of the noon. Is it clear?
Yep.
Was it easy enough?
Yep.
You're already learning.
It's
You're
basically
learning.
You're reading the dots and stuff. You're not necessarily the full letter, I guess. I don't know how to describe it.
It's going to come a time, inshallah ta'ala, there'll come a time when you don't even remember that you didn't know it. It's just going to be like you learned ba, ta, tha, noon, and all the other dots. It's going to be like A, B, C, D. Can you remember a time not knowing A, B, C, D? You don't even remember that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you were born with it almost. You know you weren't, but it's like you were. You know, the same thing here. It's like you. It's going to be like you were born with it. You don't even remember that you never knew it. Inshallah ta'ala. So that's lesson 1. Any questions?
Nope. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, if you can write these out, write those 5 lines out for me and send them to me when you're done and tell me when you have classes next time and we'll set it up, inshallah. Next time, we went 50 minutes almost today. Next time it should be shorter because I won't have to do as much talking about the sound of the letter and this and that. We won't have to have that much. We'll be dealing with less information. And so we could probably get away with, at least 40 minutes, if not less.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, you tell me when, and Jazakallah khair, and I hope you learned something and, go in the Quran and try to pick out the ba, the ta, the tha, and the noon, see where you can find them in each line. And then when we do the next lesson and we learn more letters, do the same thing. Try to find the lam, the kaf, the this, the that, Inshallah, we'll get there.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Any questions? You got my number, and just you let me know when you're ready for the next class and send me the homework, inshallah.
Sounds good.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome, man. Jazakallah khairan. I hope I was clear for you and didn't confuse you at all, but it looks like you were reading them. So I think both of us did a good job. Jazakallah khairan.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.